Oh no.
It's
Remember
always
when we
like
did our
my mic
seance?
with
That
the
was so
YouTube.
much fun.
We got to do that again, man. No thanks.
That was
Oh,
so much fun when
yeah.
those candles were freaking out. Remember the one by John was like going nuts?
There's something wrong with
That
the
was
live
so
chat.
cool.
Is there?
Now it might be working.
Fine to me.
Okay, there
It's
we go,
just,
there we go, there
there's
we go.
8 people watching. Hey guys.
Wow, huge.
Hello. Hello, 8
How's my
people.
mic?
Okay,
Oh, I'll make you the host, Maria.
Hello, 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 hello. How's my mic?
Hello,
How's my mic?
hello.
make sure I have the number right.
Hey,
Candle is
guys.
blonde now. Little low. Oh, great.
835
yeah, I am blonde
0118
now.
179.
What about now?
What was
Hey
that noise?
everybody. Oh, that was me looking at my Instagram video to see if I had the number right on the Zoom meeting ID. And so it was Jennifer Lopez singing Let's Get Loud.
Okay, that checks out. On that note, welcome
right.
to the live show, everyone.
Yes. Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our Friday night live show. And it's a super exciting live show because
I'm
going
blonde
to be-
now.
Well, yes, good point. Melissa's blonde. And
That's what you were going to say,
also-
right?
Yes. And I was also going to say, I'm going to be taste testing some hot dogs. Which is
Oh,
really,
boy.
I know. Which maybe will detour into a career change for me. Last time I got really distracted by hot dogs. And so I decided to order some for tonight. This is a Chicago dog.
I can't believe it. I was so shocked when you showed me that because I remember you distinctly saying how a Chicago dog was not for you because of the tomatoes.
Yep.
I know, but I was like, I have to try it because so many people were like, Chicago dog is where it's at. And we have such a Chicago fan base that I was like, I have to at least take a bite of a Chicago dog.
All the
It
shy
was like
towners.
$4. Yeah. So it's hot dog. I got a beef frank, onions. It has a pickle, tomato. It has some of these things.
You got a beef frank over there?
Got myself a beef frank.
And that's what is that? Like a
Taste
I don't
it.
know.
Is it a pepper? What does it smell like?
Smells spicy. Does anyone in the chat know what this is?
Is it a jalapeno? That's what green.
It's spicy. I don't want it. It's spicy. I'm
You're
taking
not a
it off.
spice hound.
No, it hurts
Not-
me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We've hit a stumbling block, guys.
What happened?
What?
The relish, someone else has noticed this, is neon green.
That's a
looks
Chicago
like
dog. That's a
jello.
Chicago
Good.
dog.
Why?
Do you want me to get Craig in here to explain a Chicago
I
dog
do.
for you?
Can Craig,
All right, hold on.
Craig, we got to get Craig in here. I need some help.
Wait, my mic is a bit hot. I just turned it down. Okay.
Why?
Now I've got the mic problems.
Seriously.
The tables
why-
have turned.
I have never seen relish this color before.
That is. Wait, hold it up to the camera.
Maybe I need to
Okay,
turn up
that
my
is
brightness.
interesting.
It's
What's in relish? It's
It's
pickled
just pickles, I think.
pickled
I think it's
onions,
just chopped up
pickles.
No, it's just pickles, I think.
I think pickles can get that green.
It's neon. It's fully
Here
neon.
comes Craig. He's going to explain to you what a Chicago dog's all about.
Okay, great. For our new video
I'm not
series, Hot Dog
explaining.
Chat. Okay,
Hi, Craig.
so
Hi, yeah.
Craig, I got myself a Chicago dog.
Well, you
Yeah.
kind of did.
Well, I ordered a Chicago dog, but I'm just
Okay.
confused about this relish.
Well, that's like a Chicago thing where it's called neon green relish. It's perfectly fine. It's just the coloring of it.
Oh, that's really what it's called. I just said it's like neon green. That's
Yeah,
what-
but also on your Chicago dog, your bun should have poppy seeds on it.
Oh.
And another thing that not a lot of people really know is
No.
you sprinkle celery salt on top of the dog.
Okay, there is celery salt.
There is
hadn't
celery
mentioned
salt.
That yet.
Wow.
There is celery salt here.
Can you
but
hold it up a little
no-
higher, please? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if.
Oh, it's like a
can hold
pretzel
it.
bun.
Yeah, but there's no poppy seeds on the
Poppy
bun,
seeds.
but there is celery salt.
Wow. So yeah, where'd you get that from?
I'll tell you. This place in Pasadena. It was recommended to me on from someone on Twitter, and it is called Mees, Meeas, and it's a hot dog place. They have all sorts of different kinds of hot dogs. You can build your own dog. They have the Chicago hot dog, Southland hot dog. This sounds horrible. Turkey pesto hot dog, but they have all sorts of different kinds.
Yeah,
of hot
yeah.
dogs.
So it's kind of like a new, like trendy. It's not like one of those really like, authentic places, right?
Oh, you know what's interesting? It says I'm supposed to have had a poppy seed bun.
Oh, interesting. Maybe they were out of them.
They must have been out and just assumed that I wouldn't know.
Well,
Well, you didn't
right.
until I showed up.
Yeah, fuck that. Do you have any idea about why the relish is like that in Chicago?
Yeah, I can't give you any real honest guess. I mean, maybe
is it
because there's
food
a
dye?
huge. Well, I was going to say there's a lot of it's a big Irish community in Chicago.
Oh.
They dye the Chicago River green on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. I
Ew.
feel like they do
Yes.
that in Boston too.
So maybe they just had some leftover dye and they threw it on the relish or something.
It's
River
actually
dye.
it's created by adding blue dye to regular
Blue
pickle
dye.
relish. That's what it
Wow.
says on I gave it a goog.
Is there any reason for it? Specific reason for it?
Oh my god, if you Google a jar of Chicago style relish, it is so gross looking.
That's all I buy when I can.
Really?
Yeah, it tastes exactly the same. There's no difference in taste. Also, I use very, very little relish on mine. I don't like a lot. And then you put like one thin strip of mustard. Obviously, we're not going to get into the whole ketchup debate here
No,
because that's a
I'm pro
little
ketchup.
typical.
We
What's
got
that?
into this last time. I'm pro ketchup. I'm like a ketchup mustard sauerkraut lady.
Well, oh yeah, sauerkraut I'm all about, but you don't ketchup on top of relish is even more horrible because that's like 2 layers of sugar.
I guess
That's no
true.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no good.
No,
Okay.
no, that's like what a kid
Mustard
eats.
and relish
Mustard.
is okay though.
Mustard and relish and sauerkraut really is great.
They won't.
What's going
tell
on,
me
Ellie?
Because I'm trying to figure out. I just blew snot out my nose. I'm trying to figure out why they make it so green, and like no one will tell me. They're just like add food coloring. They won't tell me the origin story.
Aesthetically, it's wonderful.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
You got the bright red of the tomatoes, and then you got this
He
neat.
doesn't like tomatoes.
You don't like tomatoes.
No, I hate Chicago dogs. But I got one just to try it again to see if maybe my taste buds have changed.
What do you
Look
hate
like
about
a
it?
Christmas hot dog.
I don't like tomatoes. and
Yeah,
I don't,
like a
I
Christmas
don't-
hot dog. Yeah. You don't like tomatoes, but you like ketchup.
Yeah, it's a different textural.
No, I mean it's not. Yeah, you're right. I mean it's not even related at all, really.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing for you. I learned this a few years ago. In France, the sugar content of American ketchup is so high they consider it a dessert. It's like a dessert topping.
What?
That's
So,
crazy.
hey, don't like Heinz ketchup, and don't blame me, man. This
Wow.
is just something I read. There's so much sugar in it. It's like considered like a condiment dessert topping.
Oh my God, guys, don't shoot the messenger. Craig's just letting us know.
Well,
That's
well,
wild.
hey, look it up. I don't know where I read it. It's probably 10 years ago or something. I read that
Snopes.
something, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And of course, it makes sense because it's one of those. And the thing is, I have a huge sweet tooth, but just not on a hot dog, except for
Yeah,
the little smidge of relish.
But okay, so there are these new Korean dogs though that are like corn dogs, but they're dipped first in some sort of sweet.
You
have
know,
yet to
I don't
try
want
that.
What did she
Yeah,
say?
you don't
I
want a
couldn't
sweet
hear.
dog.
a Korean sweet fried dipped hot dog. I'm out. I'm out.
All right,
All
bye,
right.
Craig. Thank you.
Bye, ladies. Have fun.
All right.
Wow.
Well, with that being said, should I try my first bite of the dog?
Yes, I'm dying.
I am
To know what you
so
think.
weirded out by this. I mean,
So was he helpful in showing you why maybe it was
That
green?
is so green.
No, we don't know why it's. I mean, literally, we know why it's food coloring, but we don't know why they do that. It's weird.
It's just a fun thing they do, I guess.
think
All
it's
right,
fun.
let's see. Let's
All
see
right,
what
so
happens
the paper
here.
is sticking to the dog is one thing. I mean,
Strike one.
I've eaten that paper before. It doesn't stop me.
So we got a beef frank.
Remember what that ad campaign for the cheese paper? What was that for? It was for like
No.
Carl's Jr. or like Jack in the Box, where it was about how the cheese would stick to the paper, and it was like the ad campaign for the fast food place was like cheese paper. Allie, what do you think?
Okay, that's a good dog.
Did you get a bite of tomato in there?
A little bit spicy. So I choked a little bit, but
Is that the jalapeno pepper?
I took it off. That's a good dog. It is a sweeter relish.
It's a good
Okay,
dog.
okay.
That's a good dog,
That's
Allie.
a good
Susan.
dog. That's a good boy right
That's a
there.
good that's a good dog right there. Wow. Okay, so you don't mind the tomatoes? You're into the tomatoes?
No, and you know what? It's a pretzel bun, which is really,
I
really
like
good.
that. I love a pretzel bun. Like for sandwiches. Ooh, I love a pretzel bun.
Okay, guys. I take back everything I said about Chicago dogs.
It's
That
good.
is-
Chicago.
Wow. Kudos to the chef. You can't have any. Sorry, Bubba.
We should get you calling
Wow.
the restaurant saying, "Can I please talk to the chef?"
This beef frank dog.
I need to talk about your Chicago dog.
All right, I don't want to scare you guys, but there's only one person in the waiting room.
Okay, well, let's let the one person in.
Okay, Chloe, you're coming in.
Coming in hot.
Chloe?
Oh, boy. Chloe?
Told you. I think everyone's like out celebrating.
Because it's Friday night.
And they're feeling all
TGIF.
right.
Well, Chloe. Um,
Our one. Our
she probably
one saving
accidentally.
Oh, here she goes.
joined.
Hey, Chloe.
Chloe, hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you. We can see you though. A lovely backlight.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We can't hear you. Let's
Hmm.
see here. What could be wrong?
Well,
Chloe, can you hear me?
maybe it's the audio input.
Chloe, we're
Right
gonna.
up.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hang up with you. We're gonna let Lizzie in because she's in the waiting room, and then Chloe gets it. Chloe, I don't have to tell Chloe
She's got
what's
it.
up.
She gets
She's
it.
got
Chloe
it.
gets
She got it.
Oh,
She's
she
got
couldn't
it.
hear us.
Couldn't
Interesting.
hear
Got it.
us. Oh.
Interesting.
We're gonna let Lizzie in. Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie.
Lizzie.
Connecting to audio.
We can't
Hello.
hear you.
No, we can hear you now.
No, someone,
Hello.
Rachel just said we can't hear you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
We
Lizzie,
can
we can
hear you.
I can.
I think
see
they're
you.
saying they couldn't hear Chloe.
Yeah, they're saying they couldn't
Can you hear
Chloe.
us, Lizzie?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
Okay.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi, lovely ladies. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I love your shirt.
Yeah.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. When he's away, he's at his father's. I like ransack his closet, so I was feeling ethereal.
What is it? Are they centaurs?
His little, yeah. Got it from Urban Outfitters. Well, I got it for him at Urban Outfitters like years ago. So
Oh my
yeah,
god, that's amazing.
yeah. I was channeling you, Allie. Sorry, lady.
It's okay.
I love it. I do.
I'm looking forward as well, girl.
I honestly feel like my dream man is probably a centaur.
I
It's like-
second that motion.
Danny DeVito in Hercules.
It's your dream man.
That is my dream man.
You figured it out.
So do
Where are
have this-
you? Where are
No,
you
you go
calling from?
I'm in the Bronx. I'm Bronx, New York, girl.
Nice.
Cool.
That's where
There you go.
J-Lo is from.
Well, honey, well, she took the 6 train and that's local. I'm on the DF Express. Okay.
You're deep Bronx.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Do you
No,
have
but
a story, question, comment, or
have-
concern?
Several. And I've been trying to like just contact you. I'm like, should I do it? Should I like I've been holding this for like decades. And I told my sister these stories and she doesn't believe me. And I'm like, you know what? I know who's gonna be there for me. And it's you ladies. So I have a bittersweet one. I'm to the point. So I have a bittersweet one, I have a scary one, and I have I was dead for 5 minutes and I saw Aaliyah. So which one you want?
Oh my God, dead for 5 minutes and saw Aaliyah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes.
This is 2001, before 9/11. This is in August, a month before 9/11. I was working at a photo studio, Pier 59 in New York City. And I was running the front desk, going about my business, dealing with all the Victoria's Secret models. We just booked the space. I'm like, hi, Adriana, all that. And I'm like, oh, I have to use the bathroom. I had my period. Sorry, I'm TMI. I'm turning 42 in 2 weeks. Single mom. My son got into NYU last week. Full scholarship.
Yay.
Paper, hence the shirt. Okay, so I'm running to the bathroom. I'm like, like I was bleeding. Okay, 5 minutes later, I'm in Studio 3. My blue jeans are red. Okay, I'm bleeding out. I mean, look, it just for, like I'm all good, but it was a normal uterine bleeding. That's what happened to me. But so the crew from the equipment room just came in, started grabbing we had like towels for the models and all that. Just started just piling it up on me. And I just remember I blacked out and I felt this heat. It was like 90 degrees. Like I've never been to Cali, but I mean, I'm just like, yeah, it was 90 degrees. And it was this white, like, just like the color of your shirt, Ali. It was just this white light. And then I saw, por mi madre, I saw Aaliyah. She was just coming at me and she was singing, love you, babe, your love is 1 in a million. And I was just dancing with her. And then I wake up and I'm in St. Vincent's Hospital, rest in peace, the St. Vincent's Hospital on 16th Street, I think in Broadway, or Gansevoort, or something like that. Yeah, and I woke up and I'm just there and my parents are there. They were like, yeah, like you died for like 5 minutes. And I was like, I saw Aaliyah. I said, this is what she said to me. And then, like right before I was setting up this, I Googled, like, wait a minute, let me just Google when she died. She died
wasn't it
August 2001? Like, so it was
That's
like
right.
2 weeks, like 2 weeks before that happened to me. So it was just like, she was still traveling, or like, it was insane. But I had a near-death experience when I was, I think when I got the chickenpox vaccine when I was little, and my mother called my aunts from Puerto Rico, and they had to do the santeria on me, and yeah, it was so I'm very sensitive. Okay, quickly. I mean, if you need to just cut me off, let me know.
We have nothing.
No.
Okay, so that was that. So yeah, like Aaliyah, yeah. So Aaliyah's fine. She's looking good, and
It's good to hear.
and I was a DJ at that time too. So I was DJing a lot of her. Like I was mixing instrumental jazz with hip hop. So I played a lot of her. So I guess she was just like, "Hey, girl,
Yeah.
Hit me up with that." Okay, so quickly with my uncle. All right, this is really sweet. I was 15. I'm 2 weeks to 42. So, all right, just letting you know. 15 years old. I was in bed, a beautiful canopy bed, and there was this thing with me and my uncle. My name is Elizabeth, but they call me Lisi. And he always called me Elizabeth Toilet because I had a weak bladder when I was little. So I was always going to the bathroom when I slept over my aunt and uncle's house. So he was like, Elizabeth Toilet. And so, but this one night, I went to his bathroom and I went to sleep, and he was a smoker. He died of lung cancer.
Oh,
right?
God.
And so I'm just laying in bed, and all of a sudden I feel like someone's just like hugging me from the back. And I thought it was my sister. We were 4 years apart. So I just thought it was her just like creepy crawling because she was just a scaredy cat. And then I look and like there's no one there. And I still feel someone just like hugging me. And then I smell like cigarettes. I smell like it was just like, and I look at the window and I'm like, okay, the windows are closed. Like, what the fuck? We didn't have an air conditioner, so I wasn't going like through the vents. And then I'm not, Allie, Melissa. Oh my God. Maria, sorry. No, like I'm just like, it's like bringing me back.
Go.
The phone rings
Oh
and
my
I hear my
God.
mother bawling and my dear Tony, he passed away. He was like, it was like, and I told her, I said, mommy. I said, there was a cigarette smoke. Dear Tony was here with me. And, you know, to this day, they don't believe me. But it was just, he was just coming to me like, hey, Elizabeth toilet. I literally, girls, I went to use the bathroom. I went back into bed. I felt that hug that he always gave me, the smell of cigarettes, the phone rings, boom. And it was like, yeah, I saw you use that toilet, girl. I'm like,
Are you a bruja?
Wow.
huh? No. I wish I have my incense here. My guinea pig died a week ago. They sent me her little paw prints.
Oh my God.
And Hazel May Note, because I called out to Leslie Note, Parks and Rec. She died the first of May. So May 1st, 21. My birthday is 5/21. I'm like, do I have to play numbers at this point? Like, I don't know.
Oh,
It was
well, Hazel's partying with Aaliyah in heaven now.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
And your
But
uncle.
anyway, there was
Yeah,
really,
you have a scary
one more.
story too.
I mean, I can like call next time or whatever, but it's just
No,
quick.
we like
Okay.
it.
It was in the same house of my uncle before he passed away. So I'm going backwards. So I will never forget this. The Puerto Rican Day Parade, we just went to celebrate it. We were checking out the people in Manhattan. We came back to the Bronx when my aunt and my mother, they were just making some lunch there. And I was 10 at the time. And I'm just sitting in the living room area. And then to my right, you can see 2 bedrooms. It was my cousins and they were just wide open. And I'm just chilling in the living room. And then when I look to the bedroom, I see I had these white skippies, cute white skippies. And I always leave them like in my cousin's room because I was sleeping over that night. So then I see them moving around and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, like this is the shoe, right? So they're just like shuffling like this, right? So I'm just thinking, I mean, like, again, this is the Bronx. I'm thinking there's like a little mouse in there. But then, ladies, okay, the shoe, the lace was tying. I'm not. Okay, it was tying, and it was like halfway under the bed, and halfway like, and it was just tying in a knot. Okay, so I'm just like, with my freaking my cheesy Puerto Rican shirt, I'm like, I mean, hell. I said nothing. I wish we ate whatever. That's it. Okay. Cut to. I had to sleep over. Ugh. All right. So then check this out. So we're watching. I forget. It was some Spanish. I can't even remember. Anyway, so we're watching a movie in the living room. And then it's like, oh, getting ready for bed. I'm like, oh Lord, like I'm just like, I'm not ready for it. So I went to get my book bag in that room. So I just get it, boom. I had the cojones and I just did that. Okay. So, but I'm just dealing with it in the living room. So I'm back in the living room and then just something's telling me like, just go look. All right, coast is clear. Good. All right. So remember I said there are 2 bedrooms. So the one to the right where the shoes were and it was moving around. Okay, that's to the right. So to go to the bathroom, you have to pass the other bedroom. So I'm on my way over there. My aunt's like, you want some Kool-Aid? Yeah, Kool-Aid like at 10 o'clock. It was a Saturday night. So when I'm passing by, okay. In the bedroom, it was my aunt's room. And there was a rocking chair, rocking chair, and then a closet to the right. So right when I'm coming in here, rocking chair is facing me, and then there's a closet to the right. You don't see it because the door is just like, it was just open halfway. Okay. Right when I'm walking, I felt myself just like it was like slow motion. And like my head was like, it was just like, keep looking straight. Like something was showing me just to look straight. Okay. I see from the rocking chair, okay, this shadow just appears. Like it was like profile, it was a shadow, okay? And the chair, the rocking chair, it was a rocking chair. It moved a little bit to like just back, and then it just stopped right in the middle. And then the shadow ran into the closet. Ran into the closet. I screamed bloody murder. My aunt me dio papao, you know what that means? She gave me a little spank in the booty. And I was like, I want to go to my parents' house. I went to my parents' house. I never went back there again to sleep over. And then cut to like 5 years ago, my cousin told me that, yeah, this old lady, that she passed away like in her sleep in that room. So that was that. With
Oh,
so,
holy
girl,
shit.
my hair, yeah. And I suffer from sleep paralysis too, but that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother.
God.
Yeah.
My God. Lacey, you're killing it in the chat. These stories, what an amazing way to cap it off. Everyone in the chat loves you. They want more stories. What a superstar. They want to hear all your stories. Please call in again. This was incredible.
I'm in my parents' apartment because I've been helping them some from the whole COVID. I just picked my dad up from a colonoscopy today. But I'm in actually, and not to be like more. I'm a happy-go-lucky chick. I'm all but I'm in my younger sister. She passed away 6 years ago in this room as well. Yeah. Her ashes are right. Wait, hold on. Her ashes. Her urn is. This is my baby girl. Yeah, and she had a really bad an autoimmune disease, and it was like inevitable. Like she was just wilting away. But yeah, and I saved her life 2 years before. I slept over, and I did the whole CPR. Called it. I was like the 911 doing this. My parents were just like crying, whatever. I'm like, you're not helping me. So she lived 2 years. And the guy said it, like when I went to the hospital, he was like, if it wasn't for you, so, she lived an extra 2 but to that day, I always tell her, like, I'm sorry I wasn't there, the second time around, but yeah.
No,
but let's change it up and let's just, let's do some.
No, but she's so lucky to have you, and what like a gift you
she's
have.
She's still like I feel her. I talk to her more than I talk to my older sister. She's the next life that we have is promising, girl. There's a Leah and guinea pig.
It's a party up there for sure. Well, you were such a light. Thank you so much for calling in. You'll have to do it again.
You are a light lady. And you know what, Melissa? I've never seen Brave Little Toaster. I've seen
Thank you.
But I don't.
Thank you.
I'd rather see a shadow person or whatever.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Have such a good night. We hope to hear from you again soon.
Take care, lady.
Bye.
Thank you.
No, we're not going anywhere.
Peace out.
Wow.
Wow, that was incredible, and sending so much love to her and her family.
I love her. I love her.
Yeah, what
was great.
crazy stories. Oh my gosh. You know, it's interesting because like when we did the near-death experience episode, they always say that they like the other side will show you like what makes you feel comfortable or like what makes you feel soothed. And she said she was listening to a lot of Aaliyah at the time. So it's interesting that she saw Aaliyah.
I remember I was at Disneyland the day Aaliyah died because I heard about it and I like called my friend on my way back from Disneyland being like, Aaliyah died. Like I remember it so vividly.
Yeah, I 100% remember it too.
That was such a shock because no celebrity like that had died like that.
Like it was a plane crash, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
so
it was crazy.
shocking. I remember it being so
like,
shocking.
Wasn't she like 20 or something? Or
It
like
was so young, so crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Allie, would you like to take another bite of a hot dog, or would you like to let Chloe in?
No,
again?
this is crazy. I was about to say I'd like to take another bite of a hot dog. So here's the second dog I got. And this is like the classic New York dog, except it's ketchup, mustard, sauerkraut, and then I got grilled onions, which I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it.
I love a grilled onion.
I like a grilled onion.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I should have gotten a raw onion. But okay, let's see.
Oh, interesting.
And
Because
little
a
bit
grilled
of,
onion can be sweeter. A grilled onion is going to be sweeter than a
yes,
raw
I'm wondering
onion.
if like the ketchup on ketchup.
Uh-oh. You got hair in
There's
there?
a hair in my mouth. Anyway, so let's take a bite of this, Frank.
All
This is
right,
in
let's
New York.
see. New York
A
versus
beef-
Chicago.
Beef Frank looks like a regular bun. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a concerned face or a, oh,
Okay,
it's
well,
so
first
good.
off, there's something wrong with the bun.
Oh, no.
I think I got a stale bun.
That's the worst.
It's like really hard. Really hard bun.
Oh, that's the opposite. It should be soft and like,
made it hard to get through.
okay, hard to get through.
You know what? They forgot the sauerkraut.
Oh, what? They
That's
messed
the
up with the
problem
poppy
here.
seed bun. They got no sauerkraut.
They forgot the sauerkraut. Or there's like a little sauerkraut, but it's not
Other than that, how are all the ingredients together?
good because let me tell you why.
Oh, wow.
The sauerkraut has no acidity. It's not like it
Right.
doesn't taste like pickled or fermented. It's like almost tastes sweet, the sauerkraut.
Can I ask you
Weird.
this? Can I ask you this?
You can
Is
ask
it
me.
mushy? Is it a mushy
It's
sauerkraut?
mushy. It's mushy. It's mushy.
I don't need
Huh.
it. I don't need it.
I don't like this dog. I mean, who knew that going into this, my favorite dog, throw it in the trash? I just Chicago dog me all day. you
That
know?
was originally your favorite hot dog. You said sauerkraut, ketchup, mustard.
And this is just evidence that you're allowed to change your mind in this world.
You're a Chicago dog head.
I'm a Chicago head.
That shows growth. That shows growth that you're not only
Yep.
able to change, but you're vulnerable enough to
Yes,
acknowledge
to
the
try.
change.
Acknowledge a change, not judge myself for changing. Be open to change, and admit when I'm wrong. There's a lot of things that are really great about me.
Well,
All right. Well, on that note, let's see if Chloe can hear us. If we can hear Chloe, let's see. Chloe.
Chloe.
Hold on. I need to address something in the chat real quick. I don't think grilled onions are sauerkraut, sweetie. I got grilled onions and sauerkraut. They're both in there. All right. Thanks. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
Now,
Oh,
Chloe,
Chloe,
it
you're
looks like
muted.
you're muted.
Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
we can
Here
hear
you
you.
are.
There you
Hi.
Oh my gosh, I'm like so starstruck and so embarrassed I couldn't figure it out.
No, that happens to all of us, including us. How are you?
I am great. I don't know how I'm gonna follow up Lizzie. Like those stories were so cool. Like
I know.
Yes, but every story is unique and amazing in its own way.
Where are you
calling
from?
I am in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Wow.
Nice.
Home of Bill Clinton,
Bill
right?
Clinton.
Oh,
Yes, I actually
Yeah.
have lots of, like two
Ellie.
preparation people that went to high school with Bill Clinton because he went to high school in Hot Springs, where I'm from.
shut
I
up.
bet he played the saxophone at dances. Do they
He-
have stories?
Yes, and they always talk about how they would see him like years later and he like remembered them. Like apparently Bill Clinton like never forgot a face. So they knew him in high school and they
How
would see him
scary.
I know. Yeah, it's almost
It's like a crow.
I
Yes.
never forget a face.
yes. So they would see him like 20 years later after he was like governor and he'd be like, "Oh my God, Tom from sophomore chemistry or whatever." But he would like know them and it like stuck with everyone. Super
Oh my God,
weird.
That's so. I think you know who's the same as that is I think Tom Cruise.
Also creepy.
Oh.
Also creepy. I've heard that
I
Tom
don't trust
Cruise like
him.
will remember the name and face of like every single person on
That's
every set
a
he
threat.
goes to.
Honestly, that's threatening. That's like-
Psychology and
I think it is threatening too. 100%.
Hey, Sam in production design
Yeah.
department. I know
got
you.
me my coffee once. Hello
Yeah.
again.
Actually, I just want to let you know that Rachel was kidding when she said that. So we can just cool our jets here.
Yes, sweetie, she was kidding.
Sorry, I had a rage blackout again. I haven't eaten enough of my Chicago dog. I'm a little hangry.
I feel like after
Chloe-
pod, you're just gonna be eating tons of hot dogs, like finishing
know.
all of these hot dogs.
This is my secret plan since we always have these during dinner time. Chloe, do you have a story, question, comment, or concern?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm anxious, so I always have concerns. But so I have two stories, and I'm gonna let you choose one. They're not
Perfect.
neither one's supernatural. Like I have supernatural stuff, but I didn't like prepare those. So
Totally fine.
okay. So I listened to the episode with Gabby Dunn about the pranks. So
Yes.
I have one about a really bad prank gone wrong with an ex-boyfriend, or
Love
I
it.
have like a creepy true life thing that happened with no supernatural vibes, but real
I
creepy.
kind of want prank gone wrong.
I
What do you
kind of
guys
want the
think?
prank.
I knew
Ghost
you were gonna
prank
say that,
gone
Allie.
wrong.
It's so bad. Maybe y'all won't think it's bad. I think it's really bad. Okay. Okay, so many years ago, I was living in Houston and I was like 23, I think. And I had this boyfriend who was like 30. And we yeah, I
la
like
la.
I know. So okay, we had been together for like 3 years at this point. So we've been together for quite a while. And it was my birthday. So it was not April Fool's Day, it was on my birthday. And which Allie, I'm a Cancer, so that might lend
Oh,
some
got
light
it.
to the story for
Yeah.
you.
Emotional being.
Yes. So we were living in South Houston, and there's this really fancy hotel on Galveston Island called the Galvez, where they do like bougie like brunches with like mimosas and shit on Sundays. And like you dress up, you go, you're on the ocean, it's fancy. There's ballet and stuff. So we decided to go there for my birthday. So we're all dressed up. We go, we're like surrounded by all these like fancy people in their fancy clothes, and it's like nice. And we get like our first plate of food and whatever. And
Oh no.
it's like so cringy to even talk about.
Oh no.
My boyfriend stands up while we're talking, and he gets down on one knee.
No.
And he says, "Chloe Madeline Lanning, will you?" And then he just starts laughing. He starts laughing so hard. And like people from other tables, he's still on one knee. People from other tables are like looking at us really confused.
Ugh.
My
God.
parents are like, "What?" And then he like just sits down and he's like, "Oh my God, that's so funny." And he's like dying. Okay. So,
Wait, your parents were there?
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, my mother and my stepfather were there. Yeah. And this unfortunately is not the
God.
end of the prank
Oh
or
my God,
joke.
men
or
are not funny. This is like the perfect story for men. Men just don't have good senses of humor. Men are not
They
funny.
don't.
That's crazy.
Okay, so it gets worse. So
Oh God.
so then we go home. It's a very awkward brunch and we go home. And we're at my dining table because we have to do cake and presents, right? Because it's my birthday. Yay me.
Oh yeah.
And we eat the cake. And then my boyfriend, I'm trying not to use his name, sorry. My boyfriend had previously told me that he got me 2 gifts and they were related. So I opened the first one and it's a t-shirt that says, it's like the Little Mermaid and it says, "But who cares? I want more," from the song. When she's like down in her treasure trove. So it says, "I want more" on it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, "Thanks for the shirt. I'm still mad at you." So then I get into the second gift, which is like in a gift bag. And I reach in and it's like a small jewelry box.
Come
And
on.
so I pull it out and I open it.
Is it a
And-
dingle hopper?
Oh my God, I fucking wish it was a dingle hopper, Maria. That would be so
Or-
much better.
Breadcrumb your hair.
Yes, I can comb my hair. No, so it's a fucking ring. And as I'm opening the box, this man stands up from my dining room table and he gets down on one knee again in front of my parents still and says, "Chloe Madeline Lanning, will you?" And then just starts laughing. And then he's like, "Okay, serious this time. Chloe Madeline Lanning, will you marry?" And just starts laughing.
What was he proposing or was he just
This
joking?
is insane. This is insane.
No.
Joke. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm dying. It's so funny." So I look at my mom, my stepdad, like if looks could kill, he's like shooting daggers. And me
Yeah.
and my mom were like, "We're gonna go for a minute." So we went into my bedroom to talk. And later on, he was mad at me for like abandoning him with my stepdad while we talked about if the ring was ugly. Like, dude, it was ugly, but that's not what we were talking about.
Is he a sociopath?
This is
Might be. I
insane.
don't know.
Why would you do
No.
that?
I don't know. Like, we've been together for years, and he was 30 years old. Like, he's more than old enough to like know that this is stupid. I don't know.
That's
Oh.
just so embarrassing. That's like so, and to double down, to do it
Yeah.
twice.
Double down on the bad joke. It's not even a joke. That's what's so confusing. It's like he wanted to propose, but he kept getting so anxious that he pretended it was a joke.
Yes, I haven't thought about it in years, but when I thought about it today, I was like, oh my God, I wonder if he just fucking chickened out.
I think he chickened out. I think he had every intent. I
Oh.
think he wanted to propose, and then each time he got so anxious that he pretended he was joking.
That's sad. Well, this just went to like a
Oh, that
really
is-
sad.
Jeez.
True, but Maria, if it makes you less sad, that means he was double dipping on my birthday. Like, he didn't want to give me a birthday gift. He just proposed instead. That's all.
That's
I
true,
got
that's
you
fucked
that
up.
awesome little mermaid shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
That
you did
shirt.
have a Little Mermaid
Real.
shirt.
That's true. I'm being spoiled. You're right.
That's like to put like to give him
Oh.
any benefit, like he's either like a serial killer or he chickened out. Either way, like probably not the guy for you.
Or
and
just has a
boyfriend or
terrible
boyfriend?
sense of
Is he your
humor.
ex-boyfriend or boyfriend?
Okay, so the really sad part is that he is
You're
my
still
ex-boyfriend,
Okay.
but we stayed together for 2 more years after that, and he
happened.
broke up with me over the phone when I was moving across the country. So it's really
All right.
embarrassing.
Well, you dodged a bullet.
Ugh.
But yeah, that's insane, especially for like a 30-year-old man. Like,
Yeah.
grow a pair, whatever is going on. And I'm surprised your stepdad did not like wring his neck. My God, that's
he
crazy.
should have. So sorry,
Yeah.
this was random, but when you told your story about the ex with the puppies,
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh my God.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, Melissa knows the guy. We won't say his name. Melissa, you know who did it.
I do?
Yeah. He's
Oh my
one of the people we know in common. He's super tall. Super, super tall. I'll put his name in the chat.
Did I date his brother?
No. No.
The tall.
I put it in the text. Anyways, Chloe,
Oh.
thank you so much for this story. Melissa needed to see who it was.
Yes, that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
Now the world knows
anyways.
something, so
Yeah. Chloe, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're out of that relationship. Bigger and better things. No Little Mermaid shirts.
you know what? I gave that away so fast. The ring I gave away too. I was like,
Good,
bye.
they're cursed.
They are.
Bad energy. Thank you so much for calling in. This was a delight.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Chloe. Thank you.
Wow. I love that your
That-
dogs bark
Bye
every
a
time you
lot.
say bye.
I
That's
know.
insane. That was like shocking, actually, to kind of put myself in her position of being at brunch and like witnessing that is really traumatic, actually.
no one
Honestly, it's very
laughing.
traumatic.
The first time, like obviously she wasn't laughing about it the first time, but to do it again and to think like this will really get her this time.
Well, because
And
like,
that
I
fake
honestly-
laugh, like that fake laugh of like, got you, got you. It's like, dude, you're not getting any. What are you talking about?
like unless he's honestly like pathological and mean spirited, like he must have just chickened out and wanted to propose and then
I
backed
mean,
out.
yeah, that's a
I think-
possibility.
But like imagine, like I feel so horrible, and like what you said about the trauma is right, and hopefully she's like worked through that and is way more
Yeah.
confident maybe than like I am. But I'd be like, I can't trust anyone now who like gets down on one knee and gonna think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
pranking me. Which I actually am afraid I'm gonna think anyway.
And like
but,
not being able to listen to the Little Mermaid anymore.
I mean, if anything, that's the biggest takeaway.
Thingamabobs. I've got 20.
Okay. I apologies to Rachel. Sometimes I get upset for no reason. I also want to mention I have a root beer float if I haven't mentioned that already.
Let's see a taste.
That's root beer floats are just perfect.
Good.
You know, I had a Coke float the
Ice
other
root
day.
beer floats?
It's ice cream.
Ice
No,
cream.
but is it also ice? Like, is there also ice, or is it just the plain flat, like just the root beer and ice cream?
You could put ice in there, I guess. But
Yeah, I
feel
guess
like
no
it's
one's stopping you. Yeah.
yeah, it's just root beer and vanilla ice cream.
The cops show up. All of a sudden, there's a knock on my door and I'm dragged out. Look like Allie put ice in her root beer float.
And you're like, don't you know who I am? I'm the chief of
Is there anyone
police.
else in here? Like, we're
Yes.
just like no one cares.
Yes,
about
we're
us
gonna
today.
let Matt in. We're gonna let Matt in.
Nice.
Hey Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hi,
Matt's
Matt.
still connecting to audio. I feel like Matt knows a thing or two about a Chicago dog.
Matt, do you know a thing or two about a Chicago dog? Matt?
Uh-oh. Matt.
Matt?
Matt.
Matt?
Matt.
Matt?
Is Matt frozen or is he just not? Oh, it's
He's
still
connecting to audio.
He's
Still
connecting to audio.
In case
He's
I didn't mention
Good
it,
under
also,
pressure.
I have some tater tots. Oh, there's a rogue fry.
Free fly. Fry.
Hello.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hey. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you?
Where are you?
Huh?
Where are you calling from?
I'm in Western Colorado.
Nice. Nice.
Okay, like a
Have you ever
Denver
had
area.
Have you ever had a Chicago dog?
No, west of Denver, other side of the state.
Oh, and have you had a
Nice.
Chicago dog before?
I think so.
Awesome. So, do you have a story?
You know
for us?
what?
What?
Yeah. What?
I'm getting really confused because I had my YouTube up. Also, so.
Oh, you gotta
Okay.
mute. That's delayed.
Okay, there we go. Now I know
You all
what's
good
going
now?
on. Yeah. So I'm the one who made your glasses for you.
Matt, thank you so
Matt!
much.
I've got my Bigfoot glass.
They are
Oh,
so
that was so
nice.
They are so amazing. And I just Asher and Dolly are right here. I'm feeding them tater tots. Their little paw prints on
That's
my
so
thing mean so
cute.
much. Thank you that was so kind of you.
Yeah, it was fun to make them.
I know everyone in the Discord was super, super into it as well. We loved how they were so personalized. Where did you get them done? How did you do it?
Oh, that's what I do for a living. I make custom glasses,
Oh,
and I do laser engraved. So
Wow.
Where can
But I do
people
all-
buy your stuff if they want to?
well, we have an Etsy store, and it's all on Amazon and on Etsy.
Nice.
I've shared the links in the Discord before, but it's Orange Cat with a K Gifts is the name of
Nice.
the store. So yeah,
All
it's
the
fun.
69 people who are watching right now to
69.
go to
Nice.
Orange Cat Gifts and get themselves a personalized glass because they are super cool and it makes drinking fun.
Yes.
I read like whatever it is you're drinking. I read this morning and it's pseudoscience and one scientific what is it like study. They did the study 3 times. Two times it didn't come out the same. One time it came out this way. But if you put like different like words on a glass and you put water in the glass, the molecules of the water will like change in a different way. Or if you like play music for water, like the molecules will look different. The molecules of the water will look different.
What?
Whoa.
It's called hold on.
So if I play like Uptown Funk for a glass of water,
Hell yeah.
like,
Then
they're
it'll,
gonna
then it'll freak the fuck out.
turn
Are
into
you
like
kidding?
trombones.
Yes. Hold on. Here's the thing.
Hell yeah.
It's called Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiment. However, it has been debunked. But
Oh no.
Oh, well, Allie.
Well, let's rebunk it.
Rebunk
Exactly.
it.
Let's rebunk it. They did a
God.
double blind test and it didn't come out the same. But the guy did it once and there was some. You can look it up on YouTube or different articles about it. Again,
Cool.
Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiment. Anyways, Matt, do you have a story, comment, concern?
I have a ghost story.
Yes, bring it
Ooh,
on.
yes.
All right, so I grew up in northern Colorado, Fort Collins, which is just about 50 miles north of Denver.
Nice.
I was house sitting for some friends of my family, and they owned a farmhouse that was built in the late 1800s, about 1890. So they used to go to Arizona for the winter, and so I stayed in the house for them for one winter. And they told me when they were showing me around that they've heard noises before, and they thought it might be haunted, but they'd never seen anything. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I was there for a few months, and occasionally I felt like somebody else was in the room with me, but I didn't see anybody. And one night I got up to go to the bathroom.
Nice. Number one or
And-
number two?
Number one.
Okay.
I do number twos in the morning.
Sick.
So I was walking down the hall to the bathroom, and I crossed at an intersection of another hall, and I looked down the other hall, and I saw a woman walk by the other way at the end of the hall.
No.
And I just turned and kept walking and went to the bathroom because I was half asleep. And when I was going to the bathroom, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I just saw somebody. So I finished and I went out to the kitchen where she was walking towards, and there was nobody there. So that was bizarre. And then another night, I woke up to the sound of talking, which didn't surprise me because I always used to have my alarm would wake up to NPR,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm slowly waking
Me too.
up, and I open up my eyes, and there's a man, a woman, and two children standing
Stop.
next to the bed,
Stop.
and they're talking to me. I couldn't understand what they were saying. It was terrifying. I couldn't close my eyes. So this is
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's horrible.
it was probably sleep paralysis, right? I mean, I was
I don't know.
frozen. I could not move. And the little girl was waving at me, and
Oh my God.
I don't remember now, the woman I think was talking, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. And then I eventually closed my eyes, and when I reopened them, they were gone.
Oh.
So that was fun.
That's so scary.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not
and
cool.
I didn't own the house, so I couldn't ask them to leave or anything like that. It wasn't my house.
That's not the ghost rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I called an ex-girlfriend who was a witch, and I lost my virginity to a witch.
Sick.
Nice.
So I gave her a call and
Abracadabra.
asked her.
Abracadabra.
I gave her a call and asked her if there's anything I could do, and she recommended, next full moon, just at night, sit in the room where you saw them and just ask them to leave you alone. So I did that. I just sat there and I said, hey, it's not my house. I can't tell you what to do, but this is where I sleep. Please leave me alone in this room. And thank you. And I never saw him again. So
Wow.
that was pretty
You
crazy.
didn't see the three of them and the woman who was talking and you couldn't understand her just roll her eyes and go, oh God. I could just imagine that mother of the child just rolling her eyes.
Oh
I
my
also
God.
want to apologize, Matt, because
Oh.
you said, oh, I'm from the West Coast. You said I'm from the West Coast of Colorado. And I said Denver. And I know Denver's on the East Coast, but I said, oh, like Denver, like a real heel.
That's okay.
Maria's
Yeah,
definitely
so-
been thinking about that for like 20
I've been thinking about it for the last like 25 minutes. Before you even got on the call, I was probably thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm much closer to Utah than Denver. Like I'd be in Moab in 4 hours.
Ooh.
All right, so you're by Durango.
North of Durango.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Now we're
Also,
talking.
one night when I was reading in bed in that bedroom, a bat flew into the bedroom and started circling the bedroom. That was scary.
Is there
That's a
anything
vampire.
worse than a bat? Is there anything worse than a bat?
I called the owners. I waited for him to fly out the door, and then I jumped up and shut the door, of course. And when I talked to the owners about it, they said, "Oh yeah, that happens. You know, it's old." They get into the attic, and actually the U.S. Geological Survey in Fort Collins they study bats, and they had come out just a few days before and sealed the attic, and they hung up a bunch of bat houses. I didn't know about this. I was
Aw.
probably at work or something.
What's a bat house?
It's a wooden
It's like a
box
birdhouse
that
for
They
bats.
hang up super high, and the bats will sleep in there.
Whoa.
So they were
I had
trying
no
to
idea.
they were trying to get them out of from staying in the house, but apparently they got there too late, and there were already bats in the attic. So I ended up having to I caught 3 bats and got them out.
I love
'Cause now
bats,
they were-
not lying.
You do? Bats
I think
scare the
they're
hell out of
so
me.
Cute.
They
You
were
do?
creepy.
They're
They're
creepy
cool.
as
Heard that
hell.
OAR song? Bats in the belfry.
Would you like a bat flying around in your room, Allie?
I mean, not
Yeah.
flying at my head, but I don't know. I'm afraid of
Yeah, so I had to-
dragonflies.
I had to wait till about
Oh my
Shut-
God.
I had to wait till around sundown and look around the house and look for bats crawling around, waking up,
Oh.
and then throw a towel on top of them and scoop them up, throw the towel outside, and then they would just wriggle their way out of the towel.
Ooh, it's so
Ugh.
scary. I hate it.
Y'all are being crazy. I'm gonna show you guys how cute bats are. Matt, thank you so much. This has been so illuminating, and also thank you so much for the glasses. Anyone who's listening, please make sure to go buy a glass because they are so amazing, and they make drinking like anything from beer to soda pop super fun.
Soda pop.
Soda
Yeah.
pop.
Root
And-
beer float, your favorite root beer float.
Anything you order from us on Etsy, you can customize for free.
Ooh.
We don't really
great.
have on Amazon. We don't really have a customization option, but the Etsy has that option. So if you want a Bigfoot glass with your name on it or whatever, I'll do whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
Careful what you say.
Thank you so much, Matt. This
Thank
was
you. I love
great.
you all.
Ooh.
Thank
You're the
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Um,
I'm
you got-
googling cute bats, and I don't.
Cute bats.
They don't
You
put
bats.
them on Google.
Maria, what
Images.
the hell is that?
Maria, what?
What? You don't like when I wear makeup?
Oh. No, you look beautiful, I guess.
Who is that even? Is that Shania Twain?
I don't know.
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Why is it on your Zoom? Is that
Oh,
just
no.
come with Zoom? Oh, great.
Let's make Web Crawlers great again.
No.
It was never great to begin with.
Oh, a zombie. That's more fitting.
That's good. Wait, go back to the zombie. Does that kind of look like my brother? So we've been doing this for an hour. Is there anyone else in the chat? or,
Yes,
like,
there
what's
is.
happening?
Let's let Rosie in.
Oh yeah, we gotta let Rosie in.
Rosie.
John Tenney said search fruit bat baby.
Okay.
Hi, Rosie.
Hey y'all.
Hello.
Rosie, how are you?
I'm all right. First things first. I have been binging the big ones.
Ooh.
You
Oh my
have?
I am obsessed with it. And I've gotten my friends to start listening to it too. It's literally, I love it so much. I don't understand why it doesn't have like 1 million fans. It's so good.
It has no
Oh,
fans,
come
actually.
I can't believe it. You guys have
It's
the
one of my
best
favorite
live.
podcasts too. It's
I'm
so
obsessed
good.
with it. I love it
Thanks
so
so
much. I became a
much.
patron the other day.
Oh, thank
thanks
you
for
so
messaging
much. That's so
how sad I was
sweet.
that you don't have enough fans. So I'm just reiterating.
Oh my God, you're the one who sent that Patreon message. When I got
Yeah,
that
that's
message, I
me.
sent that to Amanda because we read it on the podcast. But as soon as I got it, I sent it to Amanda. We were both laughing so hard. Amanda was like, "Her and me both, baby." That was so sweet. Thank you so much.
Well, yeah, I'm a huge fan. And I've been like thinking about these moral dilemmas. I'm like, well, first of all, every time I listen to a podcast, I'm like, I wish I was a guest on this because I have shit to say. So that's why I love these call-in shows because I get to be in the
Yeah.
podcast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say from like a certain Big Ones episode that you want to set the record straight or
I
give your
had
opinion
some
on something?
comments about the foster care system when you were talking about that in the episode about the guy who kidnapped the baby.
You're talking about Gone Baby Gone.
Yes.
Oh
Okay,
I
yeah.
had some comments, but I can't remember what they were. I've listened to so many episodes. I just am obsessed. I do have a story for you guys that is a little bit of a big one too. I left you a
Amazing.
voicemail about it, but you haven't
Can I
heard it yet.
interject real quick? I'm going to get up for half a second to turn off my air conditioning because I'm freezing, but I'm still listening. Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
So you guys haven't aired this voicemail yet, so I felt like it was fine to say on the live. So
Sure.
I was staying at an Airbnb a couple weeks ago, and and everything seemed normal. You know, this is not a paranormal story. I never have had any paranormal experiences. This is just a creepy story. Everything seemed normal. It was like a duplex. So like the bottom floor was like a family's home, and the top floor they like rented out and did Airbnb and stuff like that. So I was staying in the top floor in one of the rooms, and there were people in the other rooms too. And we didn't really interact. I was only there for a couple of days. In the middle of the night on the second day of my visit, I wake up, it was at 4 a.m, to a woman screaming, just like screaming bloody murder, like something horrible had happened. She was like screaming and crying, like hysterically upset.
God.
She was screaming, my baby, something happened to my baby. I couldn't really make out what she was talking about. And from what I could tell, this family had 2 children, like young kids, because they had like a trampoline in the backyard. Like it was like little kids. So I wake up and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was the middle of the night, so I was a little, half asleep.
Yeah.
But I was like, did somebody just die? Like, did a baby just die? So this woman is screaming and crying, and like so she and her husband run out into the backyard. She's hysterical. He's telling her to be quiet. And I was like, what do you mean quiet? What are you talking about? Like if something terrible just happened, she doesn't need to be quiet. So I'm laying there in my bed, like, what the hell is going on? I thought maybe I was like dreaming, like having a little bit of like sleep paralysis or something. No, because the other people like got up and went to the bathroom. Like everybody could tell that there was something going on. Eventually somebody drives away in the car and then comes back 15 minutes later, like not fast enough for somebody to have gone to the hospital. She was screaming, call 911, call the police, call an ambulance. Like she was like, like I've never heard somebody this upset in my life.
Oh my God.
Especially at 4 a.m, like only bad stuff happens at the end of the night. So no police ever come. I never hear any sirens or anything. And then eventually it just gets quiet and everything stops and I go back to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, everything seems the same. Like it doesn't seem like somebody came in the middle of the night. There's no extra cars. It's not like anything. And then I never heard anything. Right. And I was like horrified. I talked to one of my professors about it because I was talking to people just saying like, isn't this weird that this happened?
Yeah.
And my professor said, I wonder if she was having like a mental health episode. Like maybe she's like schizophrenic or something. And she had like, she didn't know. Because that's the only reason I could understand why I could think why he would say be quiet.
Do you watch Servant on Apple Plus?
No, I don't have Apple Plus.
What's that?
I use
M. Night Shyamalan, right?
M. Night Shyamalan show, but it's about this woman. This won't give anything away, but it's about this woman who loses her baby, and she refuses to accept the reality of that, and so she gets one of those newborn dolls and just pretends that that's her baby, and everyone around her just has to like also pretend that that's the baby because she.
So,
just,
Allie,
like,
are you
refuses-
saying that her neighbor was watching Servant at 4 a.m.?
No, but it could have been like a servant type scenario where maybe like they had lost a baby in the past, and then she's like finally like having some weird episode where she's like remembering about how she lost the baby.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought. I thought, because I couldn't figure out why no ambulance came or they didn't go anywhere.
Right.
But it was very scary. And this is where the big one comes in. I never said anything to them about it. But it was clear that somebody would have heard something. And it's too late now.
Right.
But I was kind of like, should I have said something? Like, hey, hope everything's okay. But it really comes from me just being nosy. It's not actually the kindness of my heart that I want to be like, I mean, I do care, but I'm also like, I want to know.
Well, it's all in the husband or whoever it was going, be quiet, that changes everything, right?
Exactly.
Because if he hadn't said that, then a 911 call would have been made immediately.
Well,
but
sorry.
Go ahead, Allie. No, go ahead, Allie.
No, you go.
Well, the way you heard it was you heard someone being hysterical, and I'm using quotation marks because that's what you think of when a woman's talking about her baby, but you heard someone saying that, and then you heard a man basically calming her down, going, stop being hysterical. And so
he seemed pissed off, like he seemed annoyed.
Oh, he seemed angry?
So you're programmed to think if a man is telling a woman to kind of calm down, then she must be out of her goddamn mind. You know what I mean? So that makes sense to me that would have made you go, I'm not even going to bring it up tomorrow or the next day or whatever. Or I'm not going to. So that makes sense to me.
What if he killed the baby by accident? And
Exactly.
That's
the thing. That's the other side.
Right.
And
I
then
really
he
thought
buried
it was
in
like
the
a
backyard, and that's
JonBenet.
why he didn't call the cops or anything. Or he drove away for a few minutes because he took it, then went and dumped it in the river. Drove back.
Near a river. This was in Mount Vernon, New York.
We're near a river?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm really sorry, but that's my instinct. I think that's what happened.
I wonder if I would have called the police.
That's the image that was going through my head.
Well, it was kind of maybe a little bit of a bystander effect situation where I was like, everybody, this is taken care of.
Well, there's that documentary. What's that documentary called? Where no one calls, where that woman's murdered and no one calls.
Kitty Genovese. That was actually not true. Plenty of people did.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Maria, you
that's just what it made.
That's
what it made me think of.
Well, that's what everybody thinks of, but
it's
actually,
a real
if you
thing,
guys
though.
know the podcast Sinisterhood?
Yeah.
They did an episode about Kitty Genovese. It's my favorite. I mean, no offense to you guys. They're one of my favorite podcasts.
Cool.
They're really, really good. And they just did a 2-parter episode about Kitty Genovese and how people actually did call the police and the police didn't do anything. And that's also my instinct because I don't really believe in the police's efficacy.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
So I was kind of like, I don't really want to get the police involved if there's a mental health crisis going on.
Right.
It's hard, right?
Or some kind of accident where paramedics would be of use, but the police could potentially.
Right. Like, what are the police going to do?
Yes.
Right.
That's why you just have to have like a switch in your head that goes, if someone's screaming at 4 a.m., I'm just going to call the cops and say my address and hang up.
Oh,
Because
that
that-
makes me nervous.
I know, because then that takes all the guilt off, because then you just go, look, if I hear someone screaming, it may be wrong, but at least I'm calling someone to come check it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, but I
Mhm.
get your point of view, because it's literally like your mind thinks of every scenario why it wouldn't be an emergency, right? That's what your brain does.
Well,
So
I
it
didn't want
makes
to be.
sense to
I didn't
me.
want to be witness to the worst moment of somebody's life. You know, I was trying to make it
Yeah.
normal somehow.
There's been a
but,
time where I feel like I should have called the cops. I lived in an apartment complex in Los Feliz, and my neighbors, I could hear them get into really intense fights sometimes. And one time, it wasn't a man and a woman. It was a dad and his son. But his son was, it wasn't a
Whoa.
little boy. It was like a high schooler. Like he was probably like 18 or something.
What
And I
would they
could
fight
hear it-
about? That's so interesting.
Like school. Like the kid, I could tell, was like a delinquent. Like when the parents would go out of town, they
Oh.
would like have parties and stuff like that.
That's
And I could
sad.
hear that I could hear like one time it got physical, and I was like, I should call the cops right now. Like I need to do something, and I didn't. And I still think about it all the time. But yeah, it's always like
But
that
it's
moment
also
where you're like
the
skirting the
cops
line.
Would probably have escalated that situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that might have
Totally.
ended up worse.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So, yeah, it's always weird. Like, what do you do when you hear like when someone's in distress? But also, like as a woman, it's like you don't go over and like try to help, or you know,
No,
it's like
no,
that's
no,
also
no.
unsafe.
Yeah,
like, you're
I
putting
didn't.
yourself
I
in a-
mean, yeah.
yeah.
I was also like,
Excuse
in
me,
my
I heard something
comfort
about a
zone.
baby.
Like
Excuse
renting a
me,
room.
sir, your wife lost a baby?
Yeah.
Anyways, Rosie, this is a big one that we're gonna have to keep thinking about, because I don't really
Yeah.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've heard shit and I haven't called, and
We've
so-
all been in that position for sure. It's hard. It's
agreed.
hard. You do
But-
hope someone else is going to do something, right? That's like what goes
Yeah.
through your mind.
always
Like
hope
if
that
this
someone
was a
else will
big
figure it out.
deal, someone else is going to do something because someone
Mhm.
else understands it more than I do.
I'm
Yeah.
always just like,
Um,
I'm a kid. Someone else will figure it out. And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm 35.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm 22, so
yeah, so you're
Yeah.
still good. You're still good. You have
I
a
can use
big
that excuse for a little while longer.
Yeah. Rosie, thank you so much as usual. It's always so good to hear you.
Love you guys. All right.
Bye,
Have a good
Rosie. Thank
rest
you.
of
Bye,
your
Rosie.
evening.
Bye. All right, we've got
Wow.
Sammy in the waiting room. That's I've been there. I've literally not called the cops on stuff where I feel what it's horrible.
Yeah, I've heard people screaming at like 2 a.m, and I'm like, well, I guess someone else will take care of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's that's why I'm saying, like, if maybe there is just something where you just go, look, if I hear someone screaming, I just call the cops and say, hey, someone's screaming down the road. Bye.
Yeah, it's like, is that illegal? Like what constitutes an emergency, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do one more person and then get the
Well, we've got two more. We've got
Oh,
we'll let Sammy in, and then if we can get to Taylor, we'll get to Taylor.
Okay, Sammy and Taylor, but then we're capping it off.
Hi, Sammy.
Hello.
I gotta get another bite of my
Connecting
dog.
to audio. Connecting.
If you wait too long, it gets soggy.
Okay, now you're muted.
Now you're muted, Sammy. Can you unmute yourself? Just go down to your bottom left to where the mute is, and can you just let me see if that helps.
There it is.
There.
Hello.
I missed you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. How's it
Oh.
going?
It's been going. I mean,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys? Oh, wait, I
Good.
Enjoying the
got
dog?
stuff from you guys, so I know everything. You guys have been good. You guys are talking about hot dogs and stuff, and I'm like, have you guys tried a Mexican hot dog?
Okay, no,
What's
but that was one
that?
of the options. So tell us what that is.
So it's like it's a hot dog, it's like, you know, and then it's wrapped in bacon. And then on top of it, you could put grilled onions, you could put grilled jalapeno, like the pepper, grilled like
Oh,
tomatoes.
wow.
Oh, and they put
Is that like on like Hollywood Boulevard and stuff, they have little
Yes,
carts
yes,
set
yes.
up.
That's what I was gonna say.
After concerts and stuff, you can always smell the most amazing smell of like dogs.
Bacon wrapped with
And
grilled
I've never
onions.
had one, but there's always people getting them, and I assume you're describing what my smells are saying that I'm
Yes.
smelling.
Perfectly said.
Yeah, they always come in clutch. So whenever you want
Uh,
to, every corner to, well, I think so. But yeah, they're amazing. I love them. Like,
The place I ordered from, now this isn't correct. I think that some white people have taken a lot of liberties with this. But they have a Mexicana hot dog, and it's cheese, cheddar cheese, Fritos, guacamole.
I don't need
jalapeno,
guacamole on a hot dog ever.
I don't like that.
and sour cream.
Okay, chili cheese Fritos are delicious. I had some today.
Sour
But-
cream on a hot dog?
Yeah, that sounds bad, right?
that sounds disturbing.
You know what I used to eat is I would get when I played
Yes.
Little League
Yes.
chili
yes.
cheese
Oh
Fritos.
no, not what I thought you were going to say.
Chili cheese. What were you thinking?
Hot dogs that had the cheese in the middle.
Yes,
Oh.
those two.
Those are good.
This thing called I think they called it a walking taco, and it was a bag of chili cheese Fritos, like a little mini bag.
Oh
They
yeah.
would put
Oh.
meat in it, like taco meat in it, with like cheese and like lettuce and tomato, and you would just mix it up and you would eat the chili cheese
Ooh.
Fritos in the
That
bag. It was
sounds good.
delicious.
They have that at Home State.
Yeah.
They do that. They're doing that now. They're also doing it with like fries and other stuff. They're pretty good.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, Sammy, do you have a story for us tonight?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember the last time I called in, like right after I hung up, Melissa called me a ghost, which I appreciate, by the
I
way.
called you a ghost.
You're like,
Sounds like something I'd say.
yeah, you're like, "She's a ghost." And I'm like, right after I saw, I was like, yeah, she's right. Yeah. So I think you are right, because according to your friend, I might be a ghost, because last year, yes, during the pandemic, sorry, me and my two friends, well, it was for my friend's birthday. She got an Airbnb, and so it was me and my other friend. We went. It was an incline, and so in Tahoe, pretty much, very beautiful, by the way. But so we went there. We were like having fun. Girls' night. Hey, taking some liquid courage and all that. And then, like, it was getting late, so it was like around 2-ish, around 1 or 2-ish. That's when we like called it a night. And like this place had like an upstairs den, like where the kitchen was and like the living room, and then downstairs there's like 2 bedrooms. My friend who got the Airbnb, like the birthday girl, she was like, hey, me and my other friend, not the birthday girl, she's I'll say her name, Maria, is the one who got the Airbnb. She's like, oh yeah, Maria. So she's like, you two can have the room. I'll just sleep upstairs. And we're like, oh, you sure? She's like, yeah, because it was like really hot that night. So we're like, okay, yeah. She's like, I'll just stay up here. I'll sleep on the couch and have the window open. And we're like, or like the balcony door open. And we're like, okay, cool. So I went downstairs, and then right away I fell asleep because I was like tired and I'm a little drunk, but but yeah. So the next morning, my friend's like, Maria, she's like, Sammy, did you wake up in the middle of the night and call my name? And I'm like, what? I was like, no, dude, I passed out. Why? She's like, okay, you're not playing with me, are you? Like, are you pranking me right now? Because I don't like that scary stuff. I'm like, no, I'm being honest. She's like, okay, because when you left, she said, according to her, she said when I left, she was on the couch, and a few minutes, she said like maybe like an hour and a half an hour later, she heard my voice calling her to come downstairs.
Oh
no.
So yeah, so she says she heard my voice. She heard it loud and clear. She's like, Maria, come here. And so she was like,
what the heck? So she went downstairs thinking that I was calling her. She goes into the room that I'm sleeping in and she sees that I'm like passed out. Like I'm dead asleep. Like
Oh, that's creepy as hell.
yeah, so she ended up like, she's like, fuck this. So she ended up going to the room with my other friend and sleeping in it. And she told my other friend, like, so I heard, like, did Sammy wake up? And she's like, oh, my friend was sleeping. She's like, no, why? She's like, well, I heard her call my name. And then I was like, and then when she told me that in the morning, I was like, no, dude, I never called your name. I literally fell asleep the second I hit the bed. So
Oh my God.
literally, when she told me that story, it made me right away think of what Melissa's like. Oh, Sammy's
You're a ghost. You're a ghost.
Holy crap, I am.
You are a ghost.
That's
Well,
terrifying.
That's scary.
It
There was
is,
one
like-
time when I was younger, I was at my friend's house and I thought I heard my brother go, Maria. And I was like, I'll be right down. Like, it's scary when you hear it real enough to like respond to it, but there was no one there.
Ah.
That's nuts.
I don't know. I think
It's
Maria's
not great.
I think Maria's a cursed name because Maria, you heard something, and then now my other friend
Yeah.
Maria.
Allie's like, yeah, it is.
We've all been thinking that for a long time.
Like, yeah, that's like really creepy. So I just want to like, I guess, call in and say, yeah, Melissa, you were right. I am.
I was right. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing me out.
Thank you, Sammy. It's always so
Thank you
great to
for
talk to
calling
you.
in.
Yeah, Sammy, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, I love you guys so much. And now I'm gonna go order some web crawler merch because it's about
Hell
time.
yeah.
Hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
baby.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys. I love you. Take
Thank
care.
you. Bye.
Sammy.
Bye.
Sammy
All right,
the ghost.
Taylor, we're gonna let you in quick. We're gonna let you in quick because I can feel Allie. I can feel Allie fading like the moon.
At least she's got hot
fading
dogs, like
so
eating while
fast.
we're doing the live. Yeah.
The energy
Ready
is
to sit
fading
next to
so
this
fast.
delicious brat nut.
Take care. Bye.
Sammy. Hey,
Hi.
Taylor.
Hi.
Okay, am I on? Oh,
You are on.
great. So I was calling in because I have a fun cop story.
Tell it.
Two things
Tell
though.
it.
One, I'm pretty baked right now, so hopefully I'm coherent. Otherwise, I probably would have not called in. And then I have to say, like, okay, so this is a story about a time I called the cops and
Are you
look,
a witch?
I'm just now kind of starting to study.
Practicing.
You look witchy.
She has a pentagram necklace.
Well, I also live
Oh.
in so.
Okay, sorry,
Oh.
But yeah, so this is about a time I called the cops, and I just want to say, like, this is a situation where I regret calling the cops. We didn't.
Interesting.
I lived by a lot of houseless people at the time that had a lot of mental health crises.
Yes.
So I just want to say that up top.
Okay.
But so I was in college, and I lived in a house with like 5 other girls. It was too many. But I shared a room with someone, and we are woken up at 2 a.m. to our doorbell being rung. And so it was rung, and we like both woke up and we're like, was that the doorbell? And then didn't hear anything. So we like start to go back to bed, and then we hear the doorbell again. And we were like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh no.
someone is at our door and it's 2 a.m. Like,
Oh.
not okay. And so we kind of just were like, okay, let's see if it passes. And then they just kept ringing the doorbell, and
Oh.
sat there for like, I'd say it was a good 30 minutes of someone just occasionally ringing the doorbell, like not knowing what to do. We tried to call my roommate's brother who lived nearby first, and he didn't pick up. So called 911. And like, someone keeps ringing our doorbell. Like, we don't know what's going on. Like, because we're like, maybe someone's trying to break in. I don't know.
Ringing the doorbell to break in.
One of my other friends is like, I heard that there's this tactic that burglars will use where they'll like sweep your home first and then break in. So we were like freaking out.
Shit.
But we don't
Yeah.
answer the door. So we call the cops. Cops get here, and the cops knock on the door, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, we're looking around. We don't see anyone." And so we had this weird entryway where it was like our entryway that there was a door right next to it for the garage. And this is what happened. Our door was unlocked, so we were freaking out. So he was like, "I could check out your garage for you." So he opens up the garage, and it's my roommate and her date for the night hooking up in the garage. And so it's like thinking, like she said like it wasn't her ringing the doorbell, but thinking back, it's like they're probably like hooking up outside, and they kept
Against
hitting the doorbell, and we were like, and so the cops walk in on my roommate and her date, fully nude, in the garage.
Oh my God.
Up in the garage. Like that's so
That's so
Oh my
funny.
God.
That's so amazing.
but yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
Yeah.
see,
Moral
You
of the
never
story,
know.
never call the cops. It's
Exactly,
probably
yeah.
just someone
Never
fucking. Oh my God.
Oh, and I had really quick a food recommendation. This isn't a hot dog, but it's
Yes.
just roast food.
Not a hot dog.
One, do y'all get down with Del Taco to start?
hell
I've
yeah.
actually never had it before, but I'm open to
Oh, it's good.
So this
Surprising.
this meal got me through college because I was poor. Del Taco, you go there and you get their half-pound red burrito and you ask for it bold. And it's like, so the total it's like $1.60 something. And it's just a bean and cheese burrito, and they put in fries and their taco sauce. And it is the best. It is so good.
Whoa.
Wait, what is
My
it called?
God.
But what is the burrito called?
So you get just the half-pound red burrito. It's like their cheapest bean and cheese
Red burrito. Bold.
Yeah. bold. Yeah. And
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
all Del Tacos in California should know. I've tried up here in Oregon and I've gotten some weird looks, but
It's like secret
California
menu.
is good. Yeah, no, it's not on the menu.
Okay.
Okay.
I will be eating one of those next live show.
Ooh.
You're welcome. Trust me, it's the best.
Taylor,
can't
thank you
wait.
so much. This was so
you.
amazing. Really appreciate it.
Y'all are
Thank
wonderful.
you, Taylor.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
rest of the night.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.
Guys, another one for the books.
What a great live show.
I just have to walk the DOGS. I don't know why I spelled out dogs and not walk. Anyways, we covered a lot tonight. We talked about the cops. We talked about ghosts. We talked about horror
Yeah.
pranks. I learned how much I love a Chicago dog.
Chicago dog.
Del Taco secret menu.
Bold.
I mean, there's nothing that we
Bold.
didn't cover.
I'll have my burrito bold.
Bold.
I like my burritos like I like my women. Bold.
Bold.
Like I like my
And full of
fonts.
beans.
And unapologetic.
Anyways, guys, I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Bold Stetton.
And I'm Maria Bold Blasucci, the producer.
I guess I'm Allie Bold Siegel then, if everyone's doing
guess
a
you
thing
are.
now. All right. Thanks for calling in and listening. Bye, guys.